Hallo Leute, willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Visions of Mana. Wir haben den Mana-Baum endlich erreicht und treffen gleich die Göttin. Ah, das Wasser ist gar nicht so tief, das sah ganz anders aus. Ich dachte, wir müssten hinschwimmen, aber nö, ist nicht tief.
Goddess of Mana. I'm Val, and these are my friends. We've come here to ask for a moment of your time, before we offer our souls. Delafos has broken free of his seal, and is going around the world setting the Benevodons loose.
His only goal is to get his revenge on you, Goddess. You have to do something!
We have so many questions to ask. About Delafos and core stones, and my strange ability. All of it.
Nicht sehr redselig.
Goddess? I promise we're telling the truth. Please listen to us.
We fully intend to sacrifice our souls when the time comes. But first, we have to protect the world from this danger.
She cannot hear you. The goddess of mana is unreachable in her slumber. She has not once awakened since she first fell into this long, long sleep.
Not a single source I have read has ever referenced that the goddess was in this state.
No one has ever been allowed this deep within the sanctuary. Her condition is not known to any others.
But Delafos is breathing down our necks. The goddess was our last hope.
Coda? How did she end up like this?
Vidiz believes that you can be trusted to make your own decisions. So, I will tell you. Tell you how this all came to be. The truth behind this world.
Okay,
What could have happened to the goddess?
jetzt kommt der große Plot-Twist, nehme ich an.
Fadiel, the world as it was once known in the distant past, was made up of 5 realms. The spirit realm, the mortal realm, the mystic realm, the ethereal realm, and the arboreal realm. Mana power once flowed freely through these places, and Fadiel knew only peace and prosperity. Until one day, mortals, in their greed, sought to use that power for warfare. The flow of mana was disrupted, and the 5 realms became perilously unbalanced. The mortal realm consumed an enormous amount of mana, plunging the mystic realm, home to the Benevodons, into disarray. The divide between the realms weakened to the point that all worlds merged into one. When the mana dried up, the monsters unleashed their wrath.
The discord that had driven people to degrade the powers of mana ended, and their battle against the Benevodons began.
The goddess wished to save the mortals from suffering at the hands of the Benevodons. So she asked Fairy, her emissary, to find Delafos, name him her champion, and bequeath unto him the Mana Sword. And as promised, he successfully subdued all 8 Benevodons. However, he refused to return the Mana Sword, and instead swore revenge against the goddess, after the death of Cerulia.
Is that what changed Delafos so drastically?
He lost the person most dear to him.
Sounds like Delafos couldn't come to terms with her passing.
Indeed, Delafos saw no reason to care about a world bereft of the one he loved. So he turned against the Mana Goddess. She ended up using all her strength to preserve a corrupted world. With her power exhausted, the goddess then fell into a deep sleep. It was up to the guardian of the sanctuary, namely me, to stand against Delafos with the help of the elementals. But it was not enough. We struck each other at the same time, resulting in his stone imprisonment and my destruction. Only my will survived. If only I had been stronger.
So, Coda, Delafos, and I all carry the same pain within us.
So you're the one responsible for that boulder by the entrance, huh, Coda?
Yes, though he managed to break free regardless. With the help of the elementals, I was able to divide Delafos' terrible power and seal it away with the Benevodons scattered across the land. But I underestimated the strength of his hatred. His power was steeped in animosity, which bled into the surrounding lands, creating horrible disasters in its wake. Eruptions will scorch the earth with fire from every fissure. The wind will rage and the winged fall flightless. Pure waters will run foul and disease spread. Soil that once brought life turns all to dust and stone. Verdant lands will wither away and seeds will cease to sprout. The glaring light will obscure the boundaries of reality. Darkness will deepen, breeding monsters in its wake. The moon's hold over time will splinter, depriving all beings of logic. What people refer to as prophesied disasters are actually the curse of Delafos' power upon the land.
Then, the source of these disasters was never the Benevodons at all. It was a curse, brought about by a single man's folly, from the very start.
Strong emotions revitalize mana power. In addition, Delafos had access to the energy from the Mana Sword itself. The elementals tried to stop Delafos' curse from running rampant. Their powers suppressed the worst effects from taking hold. But with the 5 realms now combined, the flow of mana slowed to a trickle. Elementals couldn't maintain that balance indefinitely. And so, without anything to check its dangerous powers, the effects of the curse spread throughout the entire world. Tortured by the curse of Delafos, mortals turned to the goddess for help and offered up sacrifices. Alms. Alms would travel to the mana tree and freely give up their souls, their life force, to the sleeping goddess. As I mentioned, strong emotions bring about mana power. With the souls from faithful alms, the flow of mana was rejuvenated, for a time. Powers restored, the elementals could once again suppress the effects of the curse. But after 4 years, their stores of mana would once again run dry.
That's why the alms have to go to the mana tree to stop disaster from befalling our villages.
At the end of their pilgrimage, I would change the alms into core stones to give to the goddess.
Core stones? Wait, you can...
Yes, Val. Your ability was passed down through my bloodline. Originally, it was used to return monsters to the flow of mana. Reintroducing life into the flow of mana was how Fadiel maintained balance.
So then, what I did to Hina...
Oh, Val.
Sooner or later, that fate was waiting for her in the end.
Yes, as it waits for all alms who come to the mana tree. your souls will be given to the goddess to protect the cycle of mana, including the soul of the Alm of Earth that you possess.
Liza's?
This is all we can do until the mana goddess reawakens.
What's that?
The barrier is under siege.
Ich glaube, wir kriegen einen ungebetenen Gast.
It's probably the Benevolence. Looks like they're trying to break through.
This is Delphos' doing.
Oh, er war fleißig. Er hat anscheinend alle restlichen befreit.
What'll happen to the sanctuary?
There is no need for alarm. The Nevedons hold great power, but not as great as the sanctuary itself.
They're retreating.
Oh. Good.
There is no sign of the man himself. Perhaps Delphos intended this attack to serve as a diversion?
Delphos and the Benevolence are still a threat to us all, just like in the past.
Things aren't looking so good for the world if these monsters run free.
If the goddess is unable to grant us aid, we must muster our own forces. It is our chance to fix the future.
Our loved ones need protection. I'll do it alone if I have to.
We've already defeated 3 of these things. The remaining 5 will be a piece of cake.
Coda, we need time. I promise we will offer up our souls, but we have to take care of the world first. We will stop the rest of the Benevolence and Delphos before he hurts anyone else.
I do not have the power to stop you either way. Do what you feel is right. The decision to fight should be left to the living. It is your duty, as protecting the sanctuary is mine. I believe your group of alms has untold potential to rejuvenate the flow of mana. And more.
More what?
It is not important. What matters is that as long as Delphos has the Mana Sword, he will continue his assault on the sanctuary, and the goddess kept safe within.
Then we'll just have to reclaim the sword ourselves. It's the only way to keep disaster at bay.
Returning the sword to its rightful place wouldn't hurt either.
You should keep the core stone of the Alm of Earth. Abiding by the will of the alms is important, after all.
Coda is putting a lot of faith in you. I think you'll be able to handle the road ahead as well.
Vidiz has also acknowledged their worthiness. It is time that I trusted in people once more. Though I cannot lend you my own power, I can at least release that of this.
Oh! Wieder erwachsen? Naja, so viel größer aus. Okay. Sah erst anders aus. Ich wollte sagen, so viel größer ist er nicht.
Ramco, is that you? What happened to you?
I do believe this is the sacred beast Flammy. Ramco must have been Flammy the entire time. Flammy has made many documented visits to our world, but I never dreamed I would be in her presence.
Oh, I get it. Ramco is just another form of Flammy to begin with.
Her wings are the fastest way to convey you to the Benevodons. Make haste, Alms.
Thanks.
Hey!
Flammy can take you anywhere in the world you want to go.
Okay.
Ramco, you got so big. Big and strong enough to carry all of us. All the little ones grow up so fast.
Remember that Flammy's power can only fly you around for so long. She'll revert back to her cub form when you land. Just use the Flammy drum to summon her whenever you need to fly. Whoa! Now then, what's your plan of action?
If I may, would you be so kind as to return me to Lagrazzo?
Und wozu?
She says it would be her pleasure.
Then, to Lagrazzo we go.
Okay. Ah, ich wüsste wozu gerne.
With Ramco's permission.
Der Dunkel-Benevidova haben wir schon kaputt gehauen.
Ramco must really like the sound of that drum.
Aber okay.
We'll be relying on her a lot.
So, und wie lande ich jetzt?
Thanks for all the help, Ramco. You're the best.
Ah, Moment. Da links ist eine Tabelle. Aufwärts mit R2 gehe ich runter. Okay. Hä? Wieso geht er nicht weiter runter? Ach, auf einmal geht's. Ja. Gehen wir mal dahin. Der Stern wurde mir bei Wuskav angezeigt, aber das kann nicht stimmen.
An excellent landing, young Ramco. Brava! Now then, I will begin the process of compiling what I observed within the sanctuary for analysis.
You're not going to help us with the Benevodons?
It grieves me to say it, but I must decline. Though please keep in mind that I want a full report on your exploits. I will add it to my account of this historic situation we find ourselves in.
I suppose he is the best suited.
It's okay that you want to analyze your data, but please don't let the information that Coda entrusted you with turn into gossip.
Of course. Not to worry. I take great pains to compile my notes in secrecy.
If it isn't the head curator and the rest of the alms, you're safe. Oh, we were worried when we heard the Benevodons were attacking the mana tree.
I am as well as can be expected, thanks to the mana goddess's barrier. Word of the Benevodons' revival has spread, I see. Have you determined where the monsters have appeared, perchance?
Reports indicate that disaster is spreading to the lands that house the Benevodons. Besseroth, Benevodon of Wind, has been spotted in the Vale of Longgreen. And Tormarni, Benevodon of the Moon, near Etern. Gandum, Benevodon of Water, was seen outside of Illistana. While the Benevodon of Wood, Florit, is stalking Vertius Burrow as we speak. Scribes have already been sent afield to collect what information they can.
Curious. The Benevodon of Fire has not been accounted for. Is there no word of Volkibel?
No reports out of the Tiania area as of yet. Our theory is that the Fire Benevodon still slumbers.
I see. I suppose that is good news. It seems you all have 4 Benevodons to take care of at present.
I can feel it. The flow of mana power in each area has changed. You could start in any location, but time is of the essence.
My word! An emissary of the goddess! What a singular wing shape! Would you mind if I sketched it?
I'm afraid I'm in a hurry.
We should get going too. Good luck, Aish.
Farewell. We will meet again soon, I'm sure.
Let's focus on the 4 monsters we know of. So, Val, what'll it be?
Leave it to me.
Okay, jetzt ist ein bisschen wieder die Reihenfolge willkürlich. Ähnlich wie es in Trials of Mana der Fall ist. Also wir können uns jetzt nach und nach die verschiedenen Benevedova schnappen.
You're headed toward Longren, I see. Be careful. I can sense Besseroth's presence near the Veil of Wind.
Not quite the homecoming I pictured. I mean, I didn't picture coming home at all. Is everyone okay?
No matter what, you should be proud of what you've accomplished, Karina. Isn't that right, Ramco?
Ja, okay. Wenn ich da schon aus Versehen reinfliege, dann gehen wir dahin. Oi, hier ist stürmisch.
What's up with this wind?
Whoa! Veil of Wind? More like Veil of Hurricanes. Are you live like this, Karina?
Are you kidding? No one lives like this. A Benevodon is behind this gale. I'd bet lucre on it.
Speaking of which, where is it?
Fairy! Hey, Fairy!
Nothing. Nary a peep from Fairy. She may have been blown off course before she arrived.
Well, we should probably check with the chief anyway. Out of everyone in town, he's most likely to have an idea of what's going on in the Vale.
The chief is sure to know what's going on in Longren.
Okay, aber auch wenn es hier so ein bisschen chaotisch ist, ist hier noch viel Betrieb. Mal gucken, ob uns das sagen kann, wo der Benevodona ist.
What is the meaning of this, Karina?
Hello to you too.
Why would the Alms and Soul God return here to the Vale? You should be en route to the Mana Tree. The wind howls unabated. Is this not because you have failed to do your part and complete your duty as the Alms?
No, you got it all wrong. The storm is because of the Benevodon of Wind. That's why we left the sanctuary in the first place, to defeat those monsters.
All this time, I assumed this was just the manifestation of the prophecy of disaster.
Tell us where Besseroth is, please.
The Wind Sanctum. But you must not venture there again, Karina.
Und warum nicht?
Shiryu has already tried. We have not heard from him since. I will not lose more people to that terrible place.
Shiryu disappeared? Why didn't you go after him?
The path into the Wind Sanctum has been blocked by a large boulder. We have tried everything to make it budge, but it's no use. There is nothing more you can do, Alms. I suggest you return to the Mana Tree and fulfill your duty.
I told you, defeating the Benevodons is part of our duty now. We're here to save the Vale, you stubborn dummy. What's not clicking?
Karina, it would be unwise to anger the Benevodon further.
Well, now that I know where the Benevodon is, we're finished here. I've got nothing more to say to you, Chief. Time to hit the road, everybody. Let's go save Shiryu from whatever trouble he's in at the Sanctum.
Karina
Okay.
and the chief already.
Und wo ist denn das? Ah, einfach da links zur
She
Seite.
wanted to check out the Wind Sanctum. I should catch up with her.
Aber da ist ja der Weg versperrt.
Look at the size of that boulder. No wonder no one has been able to get into the Wind Sanctum.
Besseroth's doing, to be sure. I believe it's meant to be a warning.
Oh, there you are, Fairy.
Flying in this weather has been difficult. Anyway, what are you going to do about the boulder?
I don't see what the big deal is. Flamey can take us over it in no time.
Oh ja, stimmt.
Isn't that right? Don't worry, you've got this, Ramco. Now transform.
Er hat keine Lust anscheinend.
Ramco, what's wrong? Are you sick? Does your tummy hurt? Are you scared of turning into Flammy?
Wie er schmollt.
You mean you don't want to go back to the Wind Sanctum?
Wait a minute. Isn't that where Ramco used to live?
Long time ago, yeah. I went to the Sanctum once when I was training as an oracle. I tried to protect Ramco from a sudden violent gust of wind, but I got hurt. That's how I lost one of my wings, actually. Ramco never showed any interest in returning home after she brought me back to Longren. Maybe she wanted to forget all about the incident, but the longer we wait, the more I worry about Shiryu.
Wounds of the body heal faster than wounds of the heart. We should look for another way in.
Yeah. Best not to push her too much. In that case,
Do we attempt to ascend?
Something tells me the people of the Vale would rather we got rid of the rock.
But they mentioned they've been unsuccessful so far.
I've got it. We gather the whole village together and push.
Mhm. Wird bestimmt funktionieren.
Town, bigger than Verdius at least. And we can help too. I think we have a shot is all.
everyone might have given up on moving this thing before they even got started. No one knew that it was a Benevolence doing, after all. It's worth a shot. I'll go back to the Vale and talk to the villagers and see if anybody will lend us a hand.
When I first met you, nothing could make you lift a finger for the Vale.
True, but surely you noticed that I've since matured into a lovely, responsible alm. Y'all wait here.
Don't cause any trouble on the way.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Morley. I'll be back before you can say Sylphid. You stay here too, Ramco. I'll make the people of the Vale see reason somehow, so don't you worry. I'll visit the chief, and I should talk to Mom and Dad. I guess I better get the other oracles on my side too. The rest of the Vale is sure to join us then. Okay, Karina. Just explain the plan, and they'll see reason.
Ob das funktionieren wird? Okay. Gehen wir mal zuerst zum Ältesten hier hin.
What is it? Were you not finished with all you had to say to me?
I'm back because there's one more thing to say. We took a look at the boulder, and we think we have a plan. But we need the whole village to work with us to move it.
Karina, I realize you are trying to help, but what do you think a few additional hands will accomplish? Besides, Besseroth placed that rock there for a reason, and far be it from us to anger the Benevodon by ruining its inscrutable plan.
But that's...
Know that it is my responsibility to keep the people safe. I cannot ask them to court danger by helping you defy a Benevodon.
How exactly do you think this is gonna end up for you, huh? You think everyone is safer keeping their heads down and pretend like that monster doesn't exist?
According to legend, dragonfolk once soared through the air until the Benevodon of Wind took away our flight. Wings useless, our tribe was forced to live upon the ground. Whether this is fact or fiction, we dare not bring Besseroth's anger down upon us again.
That's an old fairy tale that I know you heard from Shiryu. And speaking of Shiryu, you can't even be bothered to go looking for him in the Wind Sanctum.
I cannot allow you to come to harm, even for the sake of another of our tribe. The alms are too precious to send on a fool's errand.
So you're sacrificing Shiryu because you're scared? The same reason you're just letting the Vale get pummeled like this.
We can but trust in the winds of fate to spare us, Karina.
Ugh, you're a terrible chief if you're willing to put people in danger just to keep the status quo. Coward!
How dare you speak to your elders this way?
Ja, das hat ja gut funktioniert.
Well, now I've gone and done it. I was supposed to convince the chief, not yell at him. I know the chief has his reasons, even if they're stupid ones. I get why he doesn't want to risk endangering the villagers. I get it, but I just can't help getting mad when I get talked down to like that.
Ja, ob Karina noch andere überzeugen kann, sehen wir dann in der nächsten Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Einschalten. Lasst gerne ein Like und Abo da, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!